Welcome to RD Economics Education Platform. Today we are going to analyze detailedly on the topic of Nobel Prize in Economics 2022. So this year the three economists were awarded the Nobel Prize in Economic Science. On 10th of October 2022, the Royal Swedish Academy of Science has decided to award the Cyrix Riksban Prize in Economic Science in memory of Alfred Nobel to Ben S. Bernanke, Bernanke from the Brookings Institution, Washington, D.C., USA, Douglas W. Diamond from University of Chicago, USA, Philip H. Dybvig from Washington University in St. Louis, USA, for their research on banks and financial crisis. So before we go to analyze their area and scope of their research, let's learn a little bit about the Cyrix Riksban Prize. In 1969, Cyrix Riksban, also called the Sweden Central Bank, established the prize in economics science in memory of Alfred Nobel, founder of the Nobel Prize. The prize is based on donation received by the Nobel Foundation in 1968 from Cyrix Riksban. The first prize in economic science was awarded to Ragnar Fritz and Jan Timbergen in 1969 for having developed and applied dynamic models for the analysis of economic process. So this is how the Cyrix Riksban started awarding to economies. Now let's come back to the topic. What makes the three this year the three economists were awarded? So what makes them award the Nobel Prize, the Nobel Prize? Ben S. Bernanke, he was also a former head of Central Bank of US, that is Federal Reserve Bank, during 2008. So he analyzed the Great Depression of the 1930s, the worst economic crisis in modern history. He got this award or the Nobel Prize because of his paper, the paper which was published in 1983, which was focused on 1929 or 30 economic financial crisis, massive depression across the world. So almost industrial data, he says that almost in the industrial fell to 50%, and unemployment industrial 50%, and then fell to 50%, and then unemployment raised to 25%. This is not only affected in US but also it spread throughout the world, like Australia, Chile, and so many places. In 1980s, when Bernanke came out with his paper in 1980s, is that bank fell as a consequence of financial crisis. But bank, he says that, but bank don't fail as a consequence of financial crisis, but bank failure is the causes of financial crisis. As we all know that a bank run bank run or play as an intermediary, accepting the deposit and then uh, and then credit rating. Yeah. So here, Bernanke, uh, un- Bernanke produced or in Bernanke studies, bank fell. It's because of this financial crisis. And when we look back to the Keynesian theory, monetary theory, the Keynes, he says that Keynes says that in Keynesian economics is sometimes also referred to as the depression economics, right? Because Keynes studies during at this economic depression, he studies and his book was his most famous book was published in 1936. The theory, general theory, his general theory was published in 1936, and then he in the books it was mentioned that there was a widespread downturn in the economy during 1936. Downturn in there is a widespread in the down widespread downturn in the economy, and then output was very low. Output was very low. Output was very low. Unemployment very high. Unemployment become no, it's remain high during this. Keynes says that the government intervention is necessary. So government should undertake deficit spending to make up for the decline in investment and boost consumer spending to establish aggregate demand. Which means that he means or the core ideas of his contribution is that he proposed that the government spend more money and cut taxes to turn a budget deficit which would increase the consumer demand in the economy. This would in turn lead to an increase in overall economic activities and reduction in the unemployment. So that was the Keynesian contribution. So which means that the Keynes has given the causes of economic crisis, and then he also gives a solution. On top of that, these the three economies. These economies were like they give that as Bernanke, uh, with his statistical analysis or yeah, with data analysis, he provide he provide that this bank failure is the causes of financial crisis. He demonstrated that how bank runs were a crucial contributor to the crisis, growing so severe and protracted. When the banks collapsed, valuable information about borrowers was lost and could not be recreated quickly. Society ability to channel saving to productive investments was thus severely diminished. So when the bank failed in society, there's no investment because during the time of like economic crisis, at the point of then 2% of interest, people's not reluctant or not willing to take loan or willing to invest. So there's no investment. So which shows that there's a massive depression and which lead to a failure in the economy. So which was given by Bernanke. Bernanke contribute on over his theory, and this is the solution that they have bring out the reason and the causes of this economic crisis, and the solution. And then the Douglas W and Diamond and Phillips Douglas W. Diamond and Philip H. Dybvig worked together, and their paper was published. The paper that they get this award was uh, award paper on which was published in 1983 and then in 1984. Both Diamond and Dybvig worked together to develop a theoretical models of explaining why banks exist, how their place in society makes them as susceptible to rumors of their impending collapse, and how society might minimize this vulnerability. So, according to them, that the bank play a very important role because the banks play two. We can say that it's their two important role is accepting and money creating or credit creating. So they accept the deposit of the money, and then they give out the loan, which means creating the money. So here they mention that government intervention is very necessary in these cases. Well, when the banks could not able to handle the situation, uh, when people are failing to trust over the bank because they felt that they think that banks could not able to recover their money that they have deposited, and then in this situation, government can intervene and play an important role. Is that government have to like given an assurance or offer deposit protection, from the government side as a remedy for banks vulnerability. If it is so, when the government give a protection or offer deposit protection, then the customers or the depositors won't run to the bank to withdraw their money because they believe that they they know that the bank can return or the government will help them to get the money back when the situation is good. Then which can prevent the bank failure or the economic crisis, which that is their solution. And as we know that this Diamond and Phillips, they contribute very important role and a function of the society and then the government as well. Then we can see the solution of the problems, as they have mentioned that the problem is when there is economic downturn, the banks could not able to repay their ben is in bank there is no money to pay their customer, or when their customer come to the bank to withdraw money, since banks run out of money. So this, or when people rush to the bank to withdraw all their money, then this could lead worse situation. And they in this condition they offer a solution is that the government intervention is very very important. Government intervention, government given assurance, insurance, or like a given a protection, deposit protection to their customer, so that they won't run to the bank. They will not run to the bank to withdraw their money, all of their money. So which can save the situation from becoming worse in the situation, and can prevent from the economic depression more worst. So that is their their contribution in finding out to solve this economic crisis or economic problem in any kinds of any economic crisis. So because of their finding out of this solution, they get awarded the Nobel Prize in this year. So that is their theory. That is their contribution toward economics. Yeah. So as a result of this, they were awarded the Nobel Prize in this year 2020 2022. Yeah. So thank you for watching all this till the end. See you in the next video. If you gain something, please do like and share, and do subscribe, so that you could able to get more videos in this manner. Thank you. Bye.